And if you make less than $75,000 a year, you may be waking up to some extra cash in your bank account. $600 COVID relief payments went out overnight via direct deposit, and paper checks are going out today. Now, those payments come after Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked two separate attempts from Democratic senators to try to boost those payments up to $2,000. Now, President Trump blasted that move on Twitter, saying that unless Republicans have a death wish, they must approve $2,000 payments ASAP. $600 is not enough. White House correspondent Rachel Scott joins me now for more. Rachel, it's not often we see the president and Democrats trying to work together on a goal here. Is there still a chance of increasing the amount of those direct payments, even if they went out already?
Well, right now it is deadlocked in Congress. So the House had already passed a measure to boost those stimulus checks to $2,000. You hear the president's demand saying that his party is not doing enough, that they need to get the job done. So then you had Mitch McConnell introduce a bill of his own, and it does include those $2,000 stimulus checks. But he also tied it to a lot of unrelated items that the president has been demanding for months. So you have this committee on there to investigate election fraud. You have social media limitations on companies that the president believes are biased against him. Democrats are calling those unrelated items poison pills. They will not vote for them. And so essentially right now it's McConnell's bill or it's nothing at all. They cannot take those items out of there unless McConnell does it himself. So right now it's just a complete and total stalemate. As of right now, Americans can expect to receive those $600 stimulus checks if you make $75,000 or less. But any hope for those $2,000 stimulus checks right now is just completely deadlocked, Diane.
And Rachel, I realize this is a longer conversation, but when we look at the bill itself, there are tons of things in there that don't relate to COVID-19. Now, obviously, Republicans are accusing, or rather Democrats are accusing Mitch McConnell of the same in his proposal for the $2,000 checks. What's the sense in Washington? Because, you know, if you talk to people or you just look on Twitter, there seems to be a lot of frustration from the public about these things kind of sneaking into legislation about something so specific. Is this just the way that things have to get done? What's the sense there?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at this. You have a Congress that most of the time cannot get on the same page about anything. This stimulus package took more than 6 months for lawmakers to push through. The defense bill that they work together every single year, that they passed for nearly 60 years, the president vetoed that. They're now going to have to try and override the president on that. This is a Congress that has just been locked in so much stalemate that there is really little room here to get things done. So what you have seen is that lawmakers try and tie different unrelated items to these bills to get their demands and requests through because they feel like it's the only way that they can actually do it before the end of the year. The bottom line here, though, for a lot of Republicans, it's really just an issue of spending. It's not that they don't necessarily believe Americans don't need the relief. They are really worried about the deficit, and they don't want to continue to increase this price tag, spend billions of dollars to send out these $2,000 checks to Americans and then plunge America further into debt.
And Rachel, I know that some industries were able to keep paying employees after they got that first relief package. They then, many of them at least, laid off those employees when the programs expired. How does this package help to hopefully keep people in their jobs?
Yeah, and you know, Diane, we have heard from so many small business owners, many of them who had to lay off their staff, some of them who had to personally pay their staff so that they can try and keep some employment and help their families and keep food on the table. So this does extend that Paycheck Protection Program. PPP is what it's called and referred to. Over $280 billion will now be going to these small businesses. It's really a lifeline so that these business owners can keep their staff on the payroll. And lawmakers also tried to tighten some of those restrictions in there. You may have remembered the last time around, we saw big companies, we saw Kanye West's fashion line get a PPP loan. They tried to nix a lot of that this time around so that the people that really need these help, these small businesses that are really fueling our economy, can help their employees and can help their workers and can help their families, Diane.
It's so important. Rachel Scott from D.C. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.